And then the ACC schedule, again, the three teams mainly that stick out to me are Miami, Clemson, and then Pitt. Does he lose to those teams? Probably, especially Dabo Swinney if he's still there. He's a real coach. Probably loses to him. Mario Cristobal probably loses to him every year. Pitt, Pat Narduzzi. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he loses to Pitt consistently. But the ACC schedule and his schedule next year is so easy that it's probably going to be a 9-3, 10-2 season as long as he gets his roster together, which I don't know what it will be. But you know he's not going to make any adjustments. He's going to continue to do the same thing, whether they're winning or losing, and he's going to walk around with his nose up in the air just like he did here. So we'll see. We'll see if it continues where he loses to the two best teams every year, which I think that is absolutely going to happen. Unless Clemson has a major drop-off, unless Miami has a major drop-off, it's going to be the same song and dance every year. He's going to lose to Clemson, probably lose to Miami, might beat one of them. Miami, for me, would probably be the Michigan of the Big Ten in terms of our schedule, where sometimes you beat them, but most of the time you don't. And then Clemson, as long as Dabo Swinney's there, he keeps they get better. They're having some down years for sure, but if they get better and they get back to the Clemson they were, he doesn't have a shot. There's no way on God's green earth he's beating Clemson ever. So the schedule is easier. The expectations are way lower. The expectations and the way he'll be treated will just be so much different because they're going to be happy with total mediocrity. They're going to be happy with it. And, you know, I don't really like to say that, but he's a mediocre coach and he's going to have mediocre results and you're never going to break over that hump. You might get lucky and maybe make a little run in the playoff, but no. You think he lost to Ohio State every year? Wait till he runs into Dabo Swinney's Clemson team. They don't have a shot. Are you kidding me? I don't think he'll ever beat him once. He beat Ohio State once. I don't think he'll ever beat Clemson once. So Maryland will be an instant rivalry because him and Loxley absolutely, yeah. With VT getting Franklin, maybe PSU will look at Chesney better than Drink in long run. Yeah, man, I would not mind a small school coach coming in here. I would not at all. Virginia Tech must have been desperate to pay that much for a guy. Because who was there before him? Signetti. Virginia Tech must have been desperate to pay that much for a guy who has no leverage because SEC did not want him. What's his contract? I didn't even see because I don't really care. I know it's going to be enough that we won't be paying much. The irony of Narduzzi wanting to play Franklin every year, and he got it now, and the choke conference of Franklin at VT, Clemson, FSU, Miami. Yeah, he's cooked, bro. He is cooked. Saw Franklin's new moniker. Yeah. Also, mediocre Franklin asked for pay raises at absolutely ridiculous times. I guarantee you he goes 9-3 in second season. Oh, dude, he's gonna be one of the. He's gonna say, "Give me $20 million a year." Look at what I'm doing here. I just got here. 2 reasons not to transfer if you are a Penn Stater to VTech. More NIL here, more TV time, more scouts. Absolutely. We missed a possible Franklin. Yes, we did. If we want to do a reset from Franklin, that means the next coach needs to be allowed to pick and choose his personnel, unfortunately. Yeah. I just hope it makes sense. That's all. Somewhat mobile guy with an arm that can read a defense, competent QB. Question: Notre Dame hosts Virginia Tech in 2027. What do you want to see when? I know you not. Notre Dame. Honestly, I'd be like, let's go Notre Dame. Dude, it's not that I dislike Notre Dame. I dislike a lot of their fans, like Ohio State. I respect the heck out of Ohio State. I hate them, but I respect them. Notre Dame, I have a lot of respect for their history. That's a blue blood program. My only gripe with them is when they go and they play in a national title game, like in Alabama or who did they play? Alabama played Ohio State. I mean, they would lose. I mean, it was under Brian Kelly, but they would always lose. And it's like if you guys had a tougher schedule year in, year out, and maybe you weren't independent, you might have a better shot at winning it all. To me, that's just like constructive criticism to Notre Dame, but then they get mad at me. And it's like, okay, well, just keep doing what you're doing then. But yeah, I would want Notre Dame to win. Yes, 100%. 100%. I'm not rooting for James Franklin unless it really benefits us in some way, some situation. I would never cheer for him. Drew Aller will apply for a 5th year of eligibility and follow Franklin VT. I hope he does. That would be hilarious. You're forgetting Florida State. Yes, I was. They're going to be good once they. Yeah, that's another one. So now he's got 3 teams he can lose to instead of 2. One fatal issue with VT is they do not have the purse size of FSU. No, they don't. Exactly. I don't know the numbers money-wise, but I do know we save money, Nittany Nation, by getting him fired. We are. Yeah, Kevin, you're right. So, again, guys, that's my thoughts. Thank you for the comments. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the post notifications. You can support us monetarily also if you want to. Only reason to go down to VT at least a point. Because he's closest. Bucky's. Yeah, that's true. That's a great point, Burnout. There are Bucky's down there. Yes. Yeah. That's a great point. I want to get started. Let's get a coach already. Yeah, so 2 forms of entertainment right now, guys. Watching what happens with VT. And if any coach or player is smart, they don't go down there with them. But some of them are brainwashed, unfortunately. And I think a lot of people lost a lot of respect for him because he quit on his team. I mean, I don't know how, as a coach under him or a player, you can't see that and be like, that is one of the most cowardly things I've ever seen, which is why I've been saying for 10 years, fire Franklin. But they didn't listen to me. So I don't know how you can see that and then be like, yeah, let's go play for him. Depending on who we get, like, so let's say we get Drink. He's going to blow Franklin out of the water with recruiting, I think. With the resources he would have at Penn State, you kidding me? Franklin's going to get some guys, but he's got to have a quarterback that is Peyton Manning-esque and doesn't listen to Franklin. That's what he'll have to get at quarterback because he's not going to develop a guy. He's not going to get the right guy. He's not going to get the right system. It's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. So, again, entertainment of watching who we get and the entertainment. This offseason is going to be a freaking absolute cinema this offseason. Who does Virginia Tech take and get? How does it work out with him in the offseason? Who stays? Who do we get? I mean, it's going to be absolute cinema this offseason. This will be one of the most entertaining off seasons ever. And we had a whole, we had such a disappointing season. But it's going to be entertaining. So get your popcorn ready, as Terrell Owens would say. Notice how Franklin never said a farewell message, even on Twitter after he was let go. Says a lot about the ego. Man. Again, I was around him. All right, I'm going to tell you a quick story. So, again, I went to the Penn State football camp a couple years ago because my cousin was there who was in high school. This is how it went, okay? First of all, it's at Haluba. It's out in the turf. And I already thought this guy was arrogant, but this just reinforced it. I was there. Anybody could walk in. I mean, anybody could have just walked in. I could have gone out and ran a 40 next to my cousin if I wanted to. Like, anybody just walked in. I'm like, this is like extremely dangerous. Anybody could walk in here. This is poorly run. Okay, so we were on the side by Haluba. We were waiting. Half of it was in Haluba, half of it was on the field outside. I'm standing there. I see Tyler Donahue. I was talking to him a little bit. I see Coach Troutwine. Say hi to him. Said hi to Terry Smith. Said hi to Ty Howe. They were all out there walking around. So the first thing that happens is there was bleachers. So like if Haluba was off to our left, and then we were on the turf field outside, and right in front of the weight room, there was bleachers facing the field. So we were over by Haluba, and he said, everyone come over here, all the parents come over here, we're going to talk to you. And he said this probably 10 times. He said, come over here and listen to me. If you want to watch your kid run a slow 40, stay over there. But you should come over here and listen to me and what we have to say. If you want to watch your kid run a slow 40, stay over there. But if you want to come over here, you need to listen to what I'm saying. And I'm like, dude, aren't you trying to recruit people from this thing? First of all, okay. And it costs money to go there too. So we're standing there. He's answering questions. And this guy was swearing left and right. He was swearing left and right. And there's mothers sitting in front of him. There's kids. And I'm like, dude, why are you swearing so much? But he was swearing a lot. And I'm standing there. I got my straw golf hat on. Got my sunglasses on. I'm standing there. I'm like, and he can't see my eyes or anything. I'm like, dude, what? Why are you? I'm sitting there just looking at him like in shock. I'm like, man, you're swearing a lot for being a head coach, and they got all these mothers, parents, kids. I'm like, you're swearing a lot. And he's got this guy behind him. I don't know who it was, but he kept pacing back and forth. He was on the phone. He was like, I got this guy back here. He's working 24/7. And then he said, that's the best weight room in the country. And it was right after they renovated it. And I'm standing there, the weight room's behind me, and he goes, that's the best weight room in the country. And I'm like, oh, you talk about that? I'm like, that is not the best weight room in the country, man. You ever been to Alabama? You ever been to Columbus? You ever been to Georgia? I mean, they got an amusement park for a gym between the gym itself, the second layer, the cardio equipment, big window goes right out into the field. Like, dude, this is like a high school gym. No offense to the weight room there. It is very nice. He's like, that's the best weight room in the country. I'm like, dude, are you serious right now? But anyway, I'll try to make it quick. But I go over to the weight room. And again, it was a safety thing. You could just walk right onto the field. I walk right into the weight room. I just open the door, walk in. I go in there. I'm looking around. It's pretty nice. That's the first time I saw it in person because it was just built fairly recently. His office upstairs wasn't done, stuff like that. But, and it was Dante Cephas, Malik. What was that one kid? The one kid that transferred from Florida State. It was Dante. Malik was there. I think it was Bo. They were on the turf. There's like this little turf next to the weight room, and they're sitting there throwing the ball. I mean, I just walk right in, and I'm standing right next to him. You know, and I'm looking at the weight room. They're probably wondering why I was in there, but I was like, I need to check this out. And then again, like the story I told before, where I was trying to ask him a question. He said, "Anybody ask me any questions, I'll be happy to answer 'em." I was standing like 5 feet in front of him. I had my hand up for like 5 minutes, and he never picked me. I was right in front of him. And then a lady in front of me, he picked her, the lady right in front of me, because I think he recognized me. Honestly, like I said, like I think he recognized me, and he did not like the stuff I said about him on this podcast, which good. But and then I tried to talk. I was trying to talk to him again, wave at him. He wouldn't come over, and because I had no idea that he would even know who I am. But again, like he was like going out of his way to, it seemed to like not talk to me. I don't know, but anyway, and then we were in Haluba, and he's just walking around Haluba, like Andy Elliott, the like scammer fitness guy. He kind of reminded me of him. Like he was just walking around. Just it was like he was like trying to look like he was busy. I mean, it was just strange. Like he's just in there walking around like I'm James Franklin, look at me. But I thought, as a fan, I thought, well, there's nothing I can do, so I'm just going to cheer for these guys and this team. But that Franklin guy, he's something else. So again, as Penn State fans, we're very lucky that he's gone. We are. I mean, he was just an arrogant guy. I mean, to be a head coach walking around at a camp, it's not like you're coaching. I understand dropping the F-bomb on the sideline when something's going bad. Like, I get it. Terry was. O'Brien did. Joe swore sometimes. But when you're at a camp and you got kids and moms and stuff, they're sitting there waiting to ask you questions, and you're swearing left and right. It's like, dude, why are you doing that? Honestly, like, why? But I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I want to hit a home run higher, and Pat Kraft, I'm sure, is working on right now. Yeah, yeah, they are. Kraft has something else under his sleeve. I agree, and I'm thinking Kalen DeBoer, because Kalen DeBoer, yeah, it's going to be interesting. But he said a home run higher. Terry Smith needs to be retained on the staff, though. I agree. Pat Kraft is not a dumb man. He had fired Franklin. Yep. Based on the fact that a majority of our roster stayed intact. Okay, so you don't think a lot of guys will leave? We lost a lot of important guys on that staff. On that team, we lost Justin Brown, we lost Silas Red, we lost Kari Fort. Just to name a few. Rob Bolden transferred. We lost some key guys, but we kept guys like Michael Motti, Jordan Hill, Matthew McGloin, who ended up being better under O'Brien, for sure. Total turnaround. We kept enough guys, but we did lose some key guys. And I think if we didn't lose as many guys as we did, we went 8-4 that year. It's like, and I interviewed Stephon Morris for a paper, and I said, I think if a lot of you guys stayed, like he stayed, Stephon did, but I said, if a lot of you guys had stayed, I think we would have been better. I mean, 8-4 with third string guys, mainly second and third string guys. Also, Hartline. Yeah. Yep. Joe Brady, yes, he is. M. McGloin. Yeah. So we'll see how it plays out, guys, but just being around Franklin personally, yeah, he just had a weird vibe, a weird energy. So Virginia Tech, good luck. We wish you the best, and we will be watching you, and we will be fully entertained by whatever happens there, because we know nothing truly good or important will ever happen. And that sucks for you guys, but you guys hired him. So best of luck.